we've got MattMcGillivray, Griffin Colapinto, and C.Houshmand. San Clemente Superheat plus the South African stuntman. There you see your three surfers heading out. I would say kind of underrated when it comes to this wave.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And just an amazing right-hand point break surfer. Got caught a little bit on that first turn and then cleaned up on the second one. Nice launch right there. Tail high reverse. Was able to actually regroup and get back on the face of the wave and finish it off with a nice floater. Beautiful rotation right there. Eyeing it down. He's going to project that outwards. She'll land in transition. Then you're going to see him regroup right there. Put that back foot back on the tail pad as he pumps down the line.
Felt like he got some pretty big numbers there, but we'll see what happens as we roll through. 24:39 to go. MattMcGillivray now back at it. And in the piece that we've been seeing throughout this event, written and read.
And it was kind of like a refreshing of what Griffin used to do when he first got on tour. Looks like Cole having a look.
All right, buckle up. You're about to see buckets thrown. C.Houshmand. Maybe. The wave let him down a little bit. So he goes to tech, gets the backside reverse. Not doubtful that that's how Cole wanted to start. I mean, you saw right when he stood up, he was ready to start flexing.
They're very best to beat you.
Little tester there for C.Houshmand, looking out the back, seeing this set roll through. This is one of the bigger waves that we've seen of the morning so far. Wow, the wave kind of shrank pretty quickly there as it started to hug the cobblestones. But here we go, Griffin Colapinto. There it is, nice lip sliding turn there. So 3-turn combo, looking good so far for Griff. He starts to put the pedal down, goes to the air, just expertly done there with the front three, straight into a big frontside snap. The huge turn there, overpowering this wave through the inside. What's he got for us on the inside section? Quick speed float, vertical foam climb. That's how you want to start your heat. Griffin Colapinto will have a big number next to his name after that one.
Kind of ticked every box. It just the wave started a little bit on the slower side, like you mentioned. It kind of downgraded, but right here he gets that nice release with the tail. But then the wave starts to bowl on that inside section. Eyes it down that section down the line and goes for a nice 3 right there. Lands it perfectly. You see him move that front foot back towards on top of the wax right there on the sweet spot of the board, and he's going to finish it off strong. The nice floater down the line and just climb it up and just...
And here we go, back at it at the Surf City El Salvador Pro. MattMcGillivray right off the commercial break, straight into a searing combination of turns. Finish there from McGillivray, right behind him. C.Houshmand. Big whip there. Again, Cole finds himself on a kind of a frothier looking wave, not a lot of open face to work with.
Kind of, once again, picking that wave with a previous wave, filling up the shelf and just kind of coming inside with a little bit less energy and a lot of froth on it. I mean, the damage that he did on that wave was...
You talked about Jesse sitting for 20 minutes. We are in the tropics. Nobody's going to feel bad for a surfer sitting for 20 minutes in 80-degree water, but it can affect you in a different way than sitting in cold water. As we see now, Griff, just laser-like where he places his turns, adds a little bit of extra flair at the end, right there, blowing the tail, making the most out of a smaller looking wave, but wow. I mean, this wave is just now surrendering. Please, no more. You've done it all.
And he had to just keep on a good pace and finish it off. But this one, he's going to put in a 4th, 5th gear. You see kind of how the body torque and how much he actually uses the upper body to give that X factor and the flare to it. You're going to see in this, look how tiny this wave is and how much flare he gets out of that. And that's all because of he's using every inch of his body to generate the speed, and even more on that last one. This is not going to be a massive score, but he had to do that in order to get a decent backup. And that's just very smart surfing and a very mature approach from Griffin. And always, no matter how much energy he puts, he's going to have a clean and beautiful style.
That's low-key grinding but it's so stylish that it doesn't look like grinding. It's a whole different thing. And I don't think there's anything more he could have done on that wave. I think he probably maximized the potential of what that wave gave him. Loved. His biggest event of the year is at your home break. You're in it. All your fans are there. That's got to feel like the weight of the world on your shoulders. So we'll see. I think he's going to be there. But there's a lot of surfing to come between now and Fiji as we see McGillivray showing some flash in his surfing. Of course, the power of the technique is all there. So Jesse, what do you think the difference is? The numbers tell us that Griff has been, that he's had the command of this heat just with that 717, but it feels like McGillivray has been the most consistent. This is a wave we didn't see right behind MattMcGillivray's last wave. Light work for Griffin Colapinto right there. He's a really good surfer, Jesse.
Had a little bit less energy. We'll get back to that after Griffin's wave.
Ooh, a little bowl on the inside here for Griff. Nice opening turn there. Yeah, he has definitely clicked into a different zone. He's turned something on in his mind that's allowing him to just fire things up down the line. He's got more force on the inside. Big front three. No worries. Standing tall. Ooh, what was that one? I know these guys have been practicing their claims.
He got a grenade.
Was that a grenade out of his pocket?
It has to be.
Creating some new claims and going back to some old faithful claims. Here we go. Can C.Houshmand get back to this heat with 1:15 to go? Huge power snap there. So now we're on our third big power turn. We have a good racetrack section. By far the best looking wave of his heat, but just gets caught behind and gets his heels clipped and goes down. El Salvador at the Surf City El Salvador Pro. But sometimes you can get that kind of dud heat out of the way. You're going to set yourself up. But a great surf heat for our South African McGillivray, C.Houshmand, 9.33. He'll be in the elimination round with more to give. We've got more coming up for you. Kanoa Igarashi, Seth Moniz,